Imagine the existence of an entire species rests on your shoulders. You've got to find a place for this new species. Why? Because you eradicated the rest of the species to begin with. That's right, I'm talking about Ender's Game. I know you've all seen the movie Ender's Game. If you haven't, go watch it or go read the book. But I'm actually not doing my book talk about Ender's Game. I'm doing my book talk about the second book in the series called Speaker for the Dead by Orson Scott Card. In this second novel, we're finding out what Ender is doing after he has eradicated the buggers. We know that he's found this one last bugger, and it is his responsibility to return the species to its previous glory. He does have a queen, so it is something he can do. We follow him at the beginning of the book while he's gone through his many travels, and we see how humanity is spread out among the universe, and rules that we've kind of made for ourselves so that we don't make the same mistakes of the past. But now we've encountered another species. It's been a long time, and we're not doing such a great job again. But Ender thinks that this may be a good intersection, a good place for him to go. It'll never work, Ender. You see that now, don't you? You've lived on 24 of the 100 worlds, and there's not a one where even a corner of the world is safe for the buggers to be reborn. The only problem is the pequeños, said Ender. They might object to my deciding that their world should be given to the buggers. If intense exposure to human civilization would disrupt the pequeños, think what would happen with the buggers among them. So he's got to ask himself, is he going to revive one species and eradicate yet another? Is he going to find a symbiotic space for them both? You're going to have to read Speaker of the Dead to find out what he decides and what he finds out, but it's definitely worth reading. There's also some other elements in here. You meet some other characters because Ender is a speaker, so he does go about the worlds and talking for those who have died. He still maintains that empathy, and he ends up really helping a family in this novel, along with a couple of species. I think this makes a really great, relevant connection to our world today, because we are killing so many habitats today by building our movie theaters, our homes, our business centers on top of these habitats. Is it all right? When do we stop? Should we be looking at the extinction? It kind of all comes up in Speaker for the Dead. So I would actually really recommend this novel to anyone. It is a little higher level, so I don't know that middle school students, even some of the higher level middle school, there were a couple of words in here that even I had to look up. So it is a higher level book. You are going to have to take some time to read it and really pay attention to what they're saying. But I think it's well worth the read, and it's a really great sci-fi novel. So go check out Speaker for the Dead